have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah, talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't roll my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regret, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating
I'm not going to call P. Diddy a bitch. 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 P. Diddy a bitch.
Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah. Sean Combs is a bitch. They bitches too. Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah. Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah.
You don't hit women when you're a man. You don't hit women when you're a man. P. Diddy a bitch. 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 P. Diddy a bitch.
Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah.
I'm not going to call P. Diddy a bitch or any other name like that. But I ain't gonna stop anybody else from doing it. I'm not gonna malign them. P. Diddy a bitch. 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 P. Diddy.
All right. All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Saturday Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, everyone, please get those likes up. Please get the likes up. Thank you in advance, okay? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr_A_Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left, all right? So with that all being said, let's get into it. Also, don't forget to double check and make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving your notifications. Okay. Hello, Vince. I am from the UK. RG Titan in the house. Locked Vegan. DJ Big Six. Joe Gardner. Where have you been? Queen Amoni Huey. Nessa G. Danielle. Courtney J. All right. Let's get into it. Anita Harrell. Everyone, please get those likes up. Shouts out to my moderators putting in work. Byron B in the house. All right, Deronda, I see you. King Nimrod is here. Miss AP, Sandra. All right, let's get it popping. Christopher Perkins. Okay, Deronda is in the house. All right, so that all being said, let's get into it. Shout out to all of you who tuned in for the spiritual broadcast yesterday. We had Pastor Dana Stevens on there talking about the real Hebrews. And that was a very good conversation. Okay, so with that all been said, let's get into it. 504 Nola in the house, Timber Dan. All right. So as you all may have heard, Bryshere Gray was arrested. Okay, he was arrested again. You know, he's been arrested multiple times. Bless his heart. And this young man seems to be very troubled to me. He seems to be very troubled. He looks very troubled. It's giving me Britney Spears. You know, are they giving him lithium? I don't know, but acts very strange. I mean, and look at him. He looks like he's on some serious, hardcore illegal substances. This is all sad, honey. And that picture with the braids, the cornrows, that's when he was arrested the other day. Actor Bryshere Gray arrested in Florida for trespassing. Okay, the bond set at $150. This is also sad. How did he fall so far from grace? Well, I'm so glad you asked because we're going to get into it. But let's talk about it. Empire actor Bryshere Gray arrested in Florida. 30-year-old Empire star Bryshere Gray has reportedly been arrested in Florida. Now, they claim that he was trespassing. Okay, on Friday, July the 26th, they say the Broward County records show they indicated that Gray had been arrested. According to the records, the arrest records, Gray was apparently booked into Hallandale Beach and taken into custody on a trespassing unoccupied structure or conveyance charge. Now, the record does not indicate the area Gray allegedly trespassed. However, it notes that his charge status is pending trial and that he has been placed on a $150 bond. Now, social media users reacted to the news about him. And Instagram users were saying it's so sad, you know, to see that he's crashing out. While another user said, I was about to say something funny, but his bruises changed my mind. God bless and cover and heal this young brother. Absolutely, because none of this is funny to me. Okay, it's all very sad. What happened to him? And you know, the arrest is nothing serious, trespassing. That's nothing serious. It's a misdemeanor. But the bottom line is he keeps getting arrested. Okay, he was arrested last time, I do believe, for domestic violence against his wife. Now, here's a brief background of his legal troubles. So, according to TMZ, of course. Now, Gray's legal troubles date back to at least 2019. In June of that year, the actor was arrested after it was discovered he was driving without a license or insurance. Then, in May of 2020, the actor found himself back in the headlines after his landlord sued him for over $26,000. Do you all remember that? Okay, and this was in property damages, saying the toilets were broken, all kinds of stuff was going on in the place where he was staying. And in July of that year, the actor was then arrested and for allegedly abusing his wife and subsequently having a standoff with the police. Okay, did y'all even know about the standoff? Now, in May of the following year, Gray was sentenced to 10 days in jail and 3 years probation for the incident. Okay, most recently in November of 2022, after allegedly violating his probation and committing abuse against another woman, okay, he was arrested again. So this is just all very sad. Now, what brought this young man to this lowly demise? I mean, you know, he says, you know, the word on the street is that allegedly he's been blackballed and blacklisted. And why was he blackballed and blacklisted? I'm so glad you asked. Because you see, the rumors that you've heard about this young man, do you all remember when Jaguar Wright said that he ran screaming from Will and Jada's house? Y'all remember that? Once in the chat if you all remember that. Once in the chat if you remember Jaguar Wright saying that he ran screaming from Jada and Will's house. There have been rumors that he was abused. There have been rumors about Will Smith and Diddy doing certain things. Let's get into it. I'm not saying any of this is true. It's clearly rumors and speculation, but we all know that sometimes rumors have legs. Okay, so let's get into it, because have you ever pondered the perplexing trajectory of Bryshere's career, from gracing the screens of a colossal production like Empire to vanishing from the entertainment realm without a trace? It's an enigma that delves deeper than a mere career downturn. It's alleged that powerful forces orchestrated Bryshere's exit. Following the conclusion of Empire, optimism soared for his future, yet it never materialized. Bryshere's interest into the industry was marked by Charlie Mack, an influential figure who maneuvered his Hollywood connections to secure an online audition for him on Empire. And you know who he was between, who was vying for the part of Hakeem Lion against him? What's that Nigerian dude's name? Radamani. You all know who I'm talking about? Radamini or Radamani. Y'all know the light-skinned brother, very well built, played on 50 Cent's show Ghost. Y'all know who I'm talking about? Yeah, it was down to him and Hakeem. Because I remember Radamani was very heartbroken he didn't get that part. But of course, bigger things came for him. But anyway, goes on to say, his portrayal of Hakeem Lion was a career breakthrough, facilitated in part by Charlie's introduction to Will Smith. Okay, sparking a mentor-mentee rapport. Now, I want you all to pay attention, because they keep talking about these mentor-mentee rapports and all of those things. We've heard them say these things about Usher being mentored by Diddy. We've heard these things being said about Justin Bieber being mentored by Usher, who was mentored by Diddy. We've heard these things a myriad of times with all of the young girls who were mentored by R. Kelly, who later filed assault abuse allegations against him. So I'm sorry, but these parents have to know by now that you don't send your kids to be mentored by anybody in Hollywood or the music industry. Okay, either they have talents or they don't. And as a parent, you should be trying to navigate their, endeavors. Okay, or getting a manager who is, or agent who is trustworthy or dependable so they can do so. You don't send them to go live with strange people just because, or go stay, weeks at a time with strange people just because these people are famous. I'm sorry. A lot of famous people do a whole lot of heinous, depraved, sick, nefarious things. That's just the fact. But let me continue. So, however, this association would seemingly become Bryshere's undoing. Allegations surfaced linking Will to introducing Bryshere to Diddy supposedly to support his aspirations as a rapper. Unbeknownst to many, both Will and Diddy were shrouded in long-standing rumors within the industry, tales of unsettling behavior involving other men and even young men. Whispers persisted, echoing stories from Alexis Arquette and Jaguar Wright. Remember what Alexis Arquette said about Will Smith and Jada? And also about what happened to Joan Rivers. Y'all remember that? But let me continue. Okay. And as well as Jaguar Wright about Will's past affairs and mentorship tactics, suggesting a darker reality. Similarly, reports emerged about Diddy's involvement with younger individuals, leading to Cathy's lawsuit unearthing shocking details of his preferences and disturbing activities. Let's not forget that the feds back in 2011, I reported it, you heard it here first, how the feds were questioning Jimmy Henchman, aka James Rosemond, about Diddy and young boys. Y'all remember that? And we already heard rumors about Usher and Justin Bieber as it pertains to Diddy. I'm not saying any of it's true, but we heard the rumors. Okay. And the reason I bring that up again is because it's very interesting that they were accusing Diddy and trying to find out information about Diddy with minors. And now they're doing this. They also did the same thing to Jay-Z, but we'll talk about that later. So anyway, all very nefarious. Goes on to say, speculation grew connecting Bryshere's downfall post-Empire to a possible victimization by these influential figures or others in the music industry. Now, why do you all think this young man is having all these troubles and being so problematic? Why do you think he has all of these arrests? Why do you think that it looks like he's on illegal substances? That's because he probably is on illegal substances. Why does it look like he has all of these issues and problems? Because he likely does. And it likely comes from trauma from the things that he's experienced in the industry, just like many other young people. Look at this again. I'm sorry, that does not look like the young man that we all once knew and loved when he played Hakeem Lion on Empire. That looks nothing like him, okay? This is really sad. I mean, he looks so much older than 30 in those pictures. But let me continue. So, despite initial promise, Bryshere's career spiraled after Empire. Attempts to revive it through music releases and tour plans were thwarted. Allegations surfaced that his refusal to partake in please pay attention, in something uncomfortable led to his blacklisting. Okay, he didn't want to do certain things, and he'd been forced to do certain things allegedly, and then he didn't want to do those things anymore. And also, it was also rumored that he was going to start exposing people and things that were done to him. Okay, and then all of a sudden he's blacklisted. Now, I'm not saying that things are true, but I'm just telling you what was being said. Okay, so anyway, this triggered a downward mental health trajectory, aligning with Jaguar Wright's statements about Will's alleged manipulation. Okay, now, I'm sorry, Will's alleged manipulation. Now, do you all remember when Jaguar did a video where she said that she was coming to pray for Bryshere? Do you all remember that? When she said that she was taking a trip and she was coming to pray for him. I'm going to see if I can pull that up in a second. I think I have it saved in my phone. But anyway, okay, so then a distressing incident involving domestic violence surfaced in July of 2020, exposing Bryshere's marital status and an arrest then that went viral. His legal entanglement seemed to deepen a career downturn already plagued by rejection and a prevailing industry blacklist. Opinions surfaced attributing his downfall not solely to personal missteps, but also to the exploitation of those he trusted within the industry. Now, the widespread discussion highlighted a pervasive concern whether Bryshere fell victim to industry predators, including Diddy and others, allegedly, prompting reflections on the unsavory underbelly of Hollywood's power dynamics. Now, in the wake of these revelations, questions arose about the exploitation of trust, the dark realities obscured behind glamorous facades, and the need for vigilance in protecting vulnerable talents. So, considering the intricate web of events and allegations surrounding Bryshere's trajectory, the narrative unfolds as a cautionary tale, shedding light on the perils faced by aspiring talents under the shadow of influential figures within the entertainment industry. So this is all very sad. It sounds like this young man been ran through, but that's not even the end of it. Now, there was a story that was reported about this young man busting it wide open. Did y'all hear about this? Did y'all hear about this? They said this young man was on live, busting it wide open. This is all so sad and clearly nefarious. But let's continue. Likes up, everyone. Don't forget to like and share. Before we continue, let's have a word from my sponsor. Likes up, everyone. Please get the likes up. Thank you in advance. And shouts out to 12 Tribes for sponsoring the Queen's channel. All right, here we go.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay. With that all been said, let's continue. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share, and stop by Etsy, okay, to Lisa Crafts, or you can go to walmart.com and order you some 12 Tribes, okay? It's great for your hair, I promise you. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about this poor child busting it wide open. Lord have mercy on him. Bryshere Gray, okay? And so actor Bryshere Gray is really in a bad place, okay? They say they've learned that the actor was seen on Twitter bending over and cracking open his pussy for people to watch. This is all sad. Are y'all listening? Now, why would he be doing something like this? They said this young man was cracking open his pussy. Hey, Juju, talk about the Queen of Receipts. You already know. Okay, so let's continue because this is very sad. Cracking open his pussy for people to watch. Now, Empire's Bryshere Gray in the Can't Trust Him song, the Can't Trust Him spring premiere episode of Empire, okay? I'm sorry, this is a picture of him in a video clip, which I'm not going to show, but it was from Empire. Anyway, Bryshere was once one of Hollywood's most prominent young actors. Now, after some mental health struggles, he's showing his colon to fans on social media. So Bryshere is an American actor and rapper, best known for a role as Hakeem Lion on the Fox premiere or primetime musical drama television series Empire. Also known for his portrayal as Michael Bivens in the 2017 BET miniseries The New Edition Story. Now, since 2013, Gray has performed at a variety of music festivals in the Philadelphia area, including Jay-Z's Made in America Festival, the Roots Picnic Festival, and Power 99 FM's Powerhouse Concert. Okay, he also has been the opening act for rappers such as Fabulous and 2 Chainz. His debut single, Respect, was released in that same year. So anyway, with that all being said, hold on. I'm not going to read all of this. But in 2015, Gray began his first role as Hakeem Lion on the Fox drama. In April of 2016, Gray, alongside Elijah Kelly, Luke James, Algie Smith, and Keith Powers and Woody McClain in the BET miniseries. They all played in the BET miniseries about the R&B boy band. But since then, he's been busting it wide for all to see on Twitter. This is all sad. Let me see what he's doing because they actually have the thing in here. I don't know if I can show it. Hold on. Let me see what's going on with it. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, yeah, we're not going to show that. But so anyway, what do you all think about all of this? Let's go to some footage of this young man. Neri says, damn, was he trying to prove something or was he an ex acting nasty? I don't know, but it's really sad. DJ Big Six said no guidance. Okay. Let's get into some footage of how he has gone on the decline as of late. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Hello, friends. This is T again. According to Media Takeout, Bryshere Gray from Empire bends over.
Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, I also said including the Ferris, but hold on.
Y'all remember this man from the show Empire? Well, this is what his mugshot looked like back in July of 2020. After pleading guilty for assaulting his wife and spending 10 days in jail, the man looks 50 pounds healthier and a little sauce, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so like I said, very sad turn of events. And so much so that Jaguar went to pray for him. Now I'm going to show that video. I had to cover it up a little bit because Jaguar was rolling up a little something during the video. Okay, and likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. So I'm waiting for that to upload. It should be done in a minute or two. So anyway, this is all a very sad turn of events, like I said. Hold on, I'm trying to find my place. And also, here's the thing. If you all remember, okay, here it is right here. We'll get into what I was about to say in a minute. Hold on.
I just called Andrea Berry. And I think she got me on the block list. You know, there's a few people got me on the block list, and I get it. But Andrea Berry is the mother of Bryshere Gray. Some of y'all know him as Yaz the Great. Bryshere, I've talked to your stepfather, Larry Lair. Understandably, we're both very concerned. Currently, right now, my husband and I are in Goodyear. I wasn't trying to tell everybody exactly why I was in Arizona. But yes, we come to see you, okay, sweetheart? Me and my husband just want to make prayer with you and wish you all the best. We're going to be in Goodyear for another 6 hours. Understand, I'm possibly putting my life in jeopardy even saying this. But I've been waiting to make prayer with you for almost 3 years now. Ain't it been about 2-3 years now, babe? And I'm going to make prayer with you while I'm here. I specifically came to Goodyear to make prayer with you. Now, I done called your mama. I said, I think she got me on the block list. Yes, I need you to DM me or call your stepdad, Larry Ladd, and get my phone number. 6 hours. We'll be here in Goodyear, Arizona. I come to make the prayer with you. You already know how I feel about what's been done to you. But God told me to come out here. So I'm here. Hit me up. And it's a joint. Well, it's not a joint technically. It's a spliff. See,
Okay, so Jag was trying to get out there to pray for him. Clearly, she knows that he's troubled and going through a lot. Easy said, too late. The cheeks been bussy out. Once a bussy, always a bussy. No turning around. Okay. Maureen said Hotels California. Well, you got that right. I absolutely agree. Okay. I mean, if you all don't know that song Hotel California, please pay attention to the lyrics. Okay. It's all nefarious. They were telling you right then and there how it all goes down. And that's not even a lie. He doesn't need any prayers from her. Lord knows she needs to repent and pray for her own soul. Okay. Well, maybe she does. At the end of the day, we probably all should be doing the same, beloveds. Okay. So anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about Jay-Z and Rihanna.
Explained how Rihanna.
Hold on. Didn't mean to put that up there yet. So let's talk about Jay-Z and Rihanna because now there's a documentary coming out about Jay-Z. And it's supposed to entail information about his mistress, alleged mistress. Okay, let's just say this is all alleged at the end of the day, but it's supposed to be talking about Cathy White, the young woman that Jay-Z supposedly had relations with, as well as Rihanna. Now, for those of you who don't know, you know, it has long been rumored. I don't know how you could have missed it unless you live under a rock, but it had long been rumored that Jay-Z had stuff going on with Rihanna. Now, I don't know if he really had stuff going on with her, if it was true or not, but a lot of stuff was really strange. Okay. It was a whole lot of things that was real crazy going on, but we're going to get into that in a second. But first of all, let me get into this article. Okay, so here's what they say. Death of Jay-Z's Mistress documentary. Okay, this is it sparks a response from Rihanna's former publicist and the rumor about the affair that she supposedly had with Jay-Z. Now, the 49-minute film centers around the mysterious death of 28-year-old model Cathy White, who died in 2011 after suffering a reported brain aneurysm. A documentary called The Disturbing Death of Jay-Z's Mistress by Trap Lord Ross was released on YouTube roughly 2 weeks ago. Now, the 49-minute film centers around the mysterious death of the model and then goes on to say Jay-Z's connection or Diddy's mounting. It also ties to Diddy's mounting legal woes and Jay-Z's possible connection to White's death. Okay, White had allegedly just told Jay-Z that she was pregnant with his child. Now, you all remember this because Liz Crokin, the journalist, came out and spoke about this. I'm going to share my screen for a second so we can revisit the video that I did about this months ago. He wants to redeem himself. What he needs to do is come out and denounce Diddy. Shortly thereafter, that woman came up dead. Shortly thereafter, hold on. Okay, here we go. Clowning this man because if he was in fact in a whole relationship with Diddy, isn't that his business? Isn't that his business? Is all I'm saying. Y'all are just low down. Tommy said, Meek said, stop calling him hey. You know, I wouldn't just be moving to Ghana if I was in that life. Sitting at a table with Jay-Z and Puffy. Please pay attention. So they say a young woman who was rumored to be tied to Jay-Z has died at the age of 28. Now, industry publicist, fitness, and beauty expert Cathy White, has known as Corey to friends, has passed away. Friends of White have confirmed reports that White died from an aneurysm. It's not clear what kind of aneurysm she died from, as it can develop on many parts of the body. So, an aneurysm occurs when part of the body or part of a blood vessel, artery, or cardiac chamber swells. Either the blood vessel is damaged or there is a weakness in the wall of the blood vessel. As blood pressure builds up, it balloons out at its weakest point. The swelling can be quite small or very large. When large, it tends to extend along the blood vessel, and as the aneurysm grows, there is a greater risk of rupture. Now, this can lead to severe hemorrhage and other complications, including sudden death. Her death has stirred up some unwanted attention for Jay-Z, with claims of a hidden love child in Trinidad and Tobago, and Illuminati conspiracy theorists claim that her death was a sacrifice for the famous people. It's so sad, R.I.P. to Cathy. That's what they reported. It is so sad. It is so sad. And I also find it very suspicious. Because here's the thing. On the day that this woman lost her life, they say that she was at home in her apartment and that she called 911. And they said almost immediately that it was an aneurysm. And my question was, how did they know so quickly that it was in fact an aneurysm? Now, before her death, okay, and here's the thing, she died a year to the day of that story coming out about her being Jay-Z's mistress, a year to the day, okay? But 2 weeks prior to her death, a major tabloid supposedly called her about Jay-Z. They'd heard about the allegations of her being his mistress, and they wanted information. Now they say that she gave them a tidbit of information. They said this was all because, like I told you, they say she was upset because Beyonce came to the VMAs and announced that she was pregnant. And within 48 hours, a little bit over 48 hours after Beyonce made that announcement, well, they said she was dead. Okay, they say she was dead just within hours after, like a little after 48 hours. They say she called Jay-Z, threatened that she was going to go to the tabloids and for a price. So I don't know if she was extorting him, if she wanted money to be quiet or whatever, but I find it very interesting that she turned up dead after that. But here's what Jaguar Wright had to say about it. And so please pay attention. And everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
My name is Lucy, and I have to figure out who I am.
Cathy White's life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming. And the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand's sake. I mean, I'm just speculating.
Cathy White. And I found this one particularly interesting because it was all shades of mess.
Okay, I'm going to stop that right there, honey, because all that music. But here's the thing. I find that all very interesting, okay? I find that all very interesting. And here's some pictures of the young lady right here. Beautiful young lady. Beautiful young lady. And that's just very sad that she had to lose her life. Now, I don't know if anybody had anything to do with it, if she actually had the aneurysm or whatever, but I just found it all very interesting. And here's the thing. Someone who alleges that they had some information from the law enforcement for someone who was within law enforcement said that the person told them that that woman did not die from no aneurysm. Okay, that's what they said. All right, they said that she did not die from an aneurysm. They say that law enforcement, their connection in law enforcement told them that it was a suspicious death. Okay, said that it was a very suspicious death. And here's the thing. There were rumors of this woman being pregnant, but this is allegedly the same time that Beyonce was pregnant. And maybe that would be why she would be upset if Beyonce did announce it at the VMAs. Maybe that's why she would be so upset that she would threaten to expose him. I don't know, but I find it all very interesting that we start hearing all this stuff about Diddy and Jay-Z. And let's not forget that they were spotted at a club or whatever with Claudia Jordan, Jay-Z, Cathy, Claudia Jordan, and Diddy. All right, so what do you all think? What do you all think? Denise said a horrible mess. Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. So I find it very interesting because I already did a video showing you all weeks ago about all these people that allegedly had their careers ruined when they had issues with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Now, that's just one of the videos I did about Cathy White, because if you remember, I did another video where I talked about how the journalist Liz Crokin Now, that's the woman that was supposed to be interviewing Cathy. And she'd already talked to her and gotten some information and was supposed to do a full interview with her a couple of days prior to Cathy dying. And this same woman came out and called Jay-Z out. Do you all remember that? And I showed you the receipts because she posted it on her social media. I actually followed this woman on Instagram and Twitter. Now, this woman came out, Liz Crokin, and she was calling Jay-Z out saying, you know what you did, and said all this stuff about Cathy White and about her being pregnant. She was said a whole lot of stuff. Okay. And Jay-Z hasn't sued her or come out and denied any of the things. So I have a whole lot of questions. But anyway, let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, so this supposed documentary about Jay-Z's alleged mistress, Cathy White, is what brought Rihanna's former publicist out to speak. Jonathan Hay is his name. Now, Jonathan Hay, who was Rihanna's publicist at the onset of her career, is mentioned in the doc. Now, and hold on, let me just say this too. I also showed you all in the other video that I did about Cathy White, which I'm not going to dig for right now, but you all remember that I showed you the picture of her, Jay-Z, Diddy, and Claudia Jordan at that club Tao, T-A-O, okay, in Vegas. You all remember that? And then Claudia Jordan, that's why her and Jaguar Wright got into it. Because Jaguar Wright said Claudia Jordan never said her name, but now she wants to say her name and said she didn't say nothing about her friend Cathy White and all this. And then Claudia came. That's why they had that whole back and forth, if you remember. But nonetheless, Claudia Jordan claims that her and Diddy didn't have anything going on and that they weren't really there with them, but they were in the crowd close together. Okay. And then remember the pictures that were posted with Claudia sitting up on Diddy. She said they were sitting on the couch, but she looked like she was sitting on his lap. I don't know if she was or not. But at the end of the day, y'all think that was a coincidence that Claudia Jordan, Diddy, and then Jay-Z and Cathy were in the same spot at the same time, and that was a coincidence? And not to mention, Claudia said that she didn't have nothing going on with Diddy, and that Diddy called her going off about those pictures that got leaked to media takeout, and said he texted her 52 times. She said she woke up to 52 texts and missed phone calls. Girl, if you didn't have nothing going on with that man, why was he texting you 52 times? Why did he even have your number? And then let's not forget how she said that she went to some of those Diddy parties, but she left early. Girl, and she said, I didn't even see him while I was there. Girl, how did you not see the man who was hosting the parties and you're at his own mansion? I mean, please make it all make sense. I don't believe it. But anyway, that's just me. But anyway, it goes on to say that Jonathan Hay, who was Rihanna's publicist at the onset of her career, is mentioned in the documentary. He previously admitted to fabricating a story about Rihanna and Jay-Z having an affair in an attempt to drum up more media coverage for his client. He posted about the doc on Instagram explaining, he says, I was mentioned in this explosive and viral documentary by Trap Lord Ross that was featured on @Academics that made my phone blow up for the past week. Recently, @Jaguar Wright has talked about this controversial situation, as well as I was the publicist for Pon de Replay, the debut single by Rihanna. He also vowed to tell his side of the story with saying, it's time for me to finally set the record straight once and for all, as it's way beyond shocking, messy, and just flat out crazy as F. Prepare to be blown away as what I Am Captain Chronic and I have been through over the years involving this historical scandal that needs to be put to bed for good. Yes, heads are going to roll and people will be floored, but the truth needs to be revealed, it says. So anyway, he said he made it all up, right? He said he made it all up. Okay. So goes on to say, speaking to All Hip Hop, Hay explained what was going through his head when he decided to drum up the rumor about Rihanna and Jay-Z's affair. As he puts it, he was angry with Jay-Z at the time and in no way, shape, or form was concerned with the repercussions. He said, when I executed this controversial publicity and marketing campaign for Rihanna's debut single, she was an unknown artist and I was hungry for a hit. And I knew that Pon de Replay was a special song. I had direct access to Jay-Z back then from working with Emil, the female rap artist on a couple of Jay-Z's biggest hits at the time. Now, y'all know Jay-Z dogged poor Emil. He did her so dirty, but let me continue. Industry executive Kevin Skinner, who was in a high-profile legal battle with Whitney Houston, was the person who introduced me to the debut to the debut Rihanna project and to one of the Pon de Replay producers. I was hired to promote Pon de Replay, and I wrote Rihanna's first press release. I devised a plan to pitch Rihanna as Jay-Z's latest protege on Def Jam to MTV News. I reached out to my contact at MTV, and she published a small news item on Rihanna on March 17th of 2005, which was Rihanna's Riri's first big press. But Hay was baffled by the lack of response. MTV, which was hugely influential back then, failed to spark any more press for Rihanna. Okay, now this initial trigger set everything in motion, and I tried to utilize the MTV press link to promote Pon de Replay to other media sources. There was nobody bigger than MTV at the time, but even still, no other press was picking up the Pon de Replay story, and I was striking out left and right. I started to get desperate, and I was so angry at Jay-Z as he was more focused on Tierra Marie, and there was all this talk that he was pursuing a rapper named Lady Sovereign, who he ended up signing months later. Not to mention, Jay-Z was constantly dissing Emil, who had quit the music industry and was living in North Carolina at the time, raising her children. So I was like, F Jay-Z. Since he won't give us any attention and he's being disrespectful to Emil, who's a single mother, I'm going to get his attention and be disrespectful back to Jay-Z, as Rihanna was the best thing on Def Jam by far. I thought Jay-Z was a dirtbag, so I put out the story that Jay-Z was in a love triangle with Rihanna and Beyonce, and that caught fire, sparked conversation, increased radio airplay, press coverage, and other forms of attention. I was in an unapologetic, by any means necessary state of mind. Now, let me tell you all something. I'm glad he's saying all of this, so we know how the story and the rumors got started. But here's the thing. I believe that what he said was true. I believe that he did maliciously, with malice aforethought, come out and say this stuff about Jay-Z because he was pissed. But I think the things that he said were absolutely true. And that's why Jay-Z didn't sue his ass for defamation. Please pay attention. That's just my opinion. Thank you, Byron Beloved, for your super sticker donation. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, so with that all being said, I think that Jay-Z was having an affair with Rihanna. But let's get into it because we'll talk about that more. So goes on to say, as Hay would soon find out, someone was paying attention, the feds. He went on one day, unmarked law enforcement cars stopped him. He says these intimidated individuals introduced themselves as a federal task force, and they requested to speak with me. So I followed them to talk, and I was in a complete state of panic. Honey, I would have just fell out right there, then and there. Honey, I'd have faked a heart attack, okay? Feds want to talk to me for what? I don't know nothing about nothing. But anyway, so he says, as I sat in the desolate makeshift interrogation room, the gravity of the situation became very clear to me. They mentioned that they had been keeping a close watch on Jay-Z since he stabbed Lance Rivera, and he was also being implicated in a violent incident with R. Kelly during their joint tour promoting Jay-Z and R. Kelly's joint album. Now, y'all remember, I talked about that at length. I did a whole video about it, and I also told you how Jay-Z allegedly paid for Dream Hampton, who was the executive producer of R. Kelly's Surviving R. Kelly, that Jay-Z supposedly allegedly paid her, funded the project to get back at R. Kelly because R. Kelly sued him and got thousands of dollars. Okay, let's not forget. It was an undisclosed amount, but I think R. Kelly sued him for I can't remember how much it was, but it was a whole lot of money. I'll say that much. Okay, but anyway, and let's not forget the violence that happened to R. Kelly on the Best of Both Worlds tour, when Jay-Z's goons allegedly jumped him, and then they both rushed down there to talk to Angie Martinez to tell their story. I believe Jay-Z got there first. So anyway, the officers clarified that they were investigating Jay-Z for allegedly engaging in sexual activity with an underage Rihanna and transporting her across international borders. They said she wasn't the only one, and there were many others. So here's why this is important. Because this man wants us to think that he just made up these lies and rumors. He wants us to think that it was all unverified and baseless and had no foundation in truth, but he's just said it to get back at Jay-Z. No. No. First of all, you could say those things, but if they're not true, that's usually going to just go away because the person can come out and deny those things. And in fact, they can sue you for defamation, libel, and slander. Okay. Now, what I think, like I told you, is that this was absolutely going on and he knew about it because he was close to Jay-Z and Rihanna. And so he just leaked the information. And here's the thing. Let's not forget that it's also been alleged that Jay-Z was messing around with Foxy Brown when she was 15. Let's not forget that Jaguar already said, and if you didn't hear it, I'm going to play it for you in a second. But Jaguar already said that Jay-Z, basically Rihanna's dad sold her to Jay-Z. Okay, one of those mentorships that they keep talking about, where they send their little young kids to go stay with people. Yeah, it was something like that allegedly going on, according to Jaguar Wright. But also, the feds say many others. Now, this is according to Jonathan Hay. He said there were many others. So if he was actually messing around with Foxy Brown when she was underage, and if the young man who's claiming that Jay-Z's his father, you all know the young man, he's in his 30s now, but he says that Jay-Z's his father and Jay-Z won't take that DNA test. And they say the reason Jay-Z don't want to take that DNA test because the young man's grown. Jay-Z wouldn't have to pay child support or anything. The young man's mother is deceased. But the reason they say Jay-Z doesn't want to take that blood test is because, for one, they would find out, or it would be proven that he is that young man's father, which would also prove that Jay-Z was messing around with that young man's mother when she was a minor. Now, this is all allegations. Okay, so I'm sorry. And who's these other people that they were investigating Jay-Z for? And don't you find it interesting? Because it goes back to what I said previously. I told you I would interconnect these things. When Diddy in 2011 was being investigated by the feds, and they spoke to Jimmy Henchman, aka James Rosemond, about Diddy and minor boys. Okay, so him and Jay-Z had the feds looking into him for nefarious things. And then it's interesting because both of them have been alleged to have been working as confidential informants. Okay, and so is that why they became confidential informants? Not to mention other things that they both absolutely did, not allegations, but things that they absolutely did and got in trouble for. I have a whole lot of questions, but let me continue. Now, goes on to say there was many others. Okay, and here's what Liz Crokin said, the journalist. She said, "Hey, Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died or was murdered. I know everything. I know what you did. Go F yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together. Okay, justice is coming." That's what she said. Okay, I told y'all that months ago. And Jay-Z didn't say one word. And then she said, when Kanye West says Jay-Z has murderers, I believe he's talking about the people who killed Cathy White. That's what she said. Okay, Jay-Z didn't say a word about it. He tried to sue her for defamation, come out and say nothing, didn't issue a statement or anything. Who's going to be quiet when people are accusing you of murder, honey? I would have a whole lot to say if I didn't do it. But let me continue. Hayes said that he felt the blood drain from his face as he realized they wanted to charge Jay-Z with some serious crimes. Although he attempted to explain the Rihanna rumor was completely untrue, they believed otherwise. And the reason they didn't believe him is because at the end of the day, it was too much other stuff going on. Not just the fact that somebody said that Jay-Z was messing with Rihanna. There was other stuff that seemed to kind of verify some of these things. We'll get to that in a second. But at the end of the day, they already said there were many others. So if they knew that he were messing with many others or felt that he was or were investigating for it, why would they believe he didn't mess with Rihanna too? Okay, and then we already heard the rumors about Foxy Brown. I'm sure they did too. We already heard that he was grooming Beyonce when she was about 16, and then publicly came out that they were dating when she was like 18. I'm sorry, say what? Now, no one benefits from reckless ambition, he says. The interrogation was a brutal reality check. However, looking back now, there are some serious red flags, as Jay-Z was once very close to R. Kelly, and they had 2 collaborative albums. They have like 30 songs together, and they have toured together. As we all know, Jay-Z has been extremely close to Diddy for several decades. And y'all think he didn't know about the freak-offs and the other stuff that was going on? Okay, and so it's not very hard to come to some of the conclusions that Trap Lord Ross and Jaguar Wright have come to about Jay-Z. And so Hayes says he was asked to publicly apologize to Beyonce on national television and basically, as he puts it, fall on the sword. He says, I was told to issue statements about Rihanna and Jay-Z, and I was to take full blame again as falling on the sword. Now, Jay-Z's team was supposed to return the favor and help me with some serious title promotions, but they never did. Okay, there were so many CEO changes at the time at Tidal, it was hard to keep up. I was shocked that Jay-Z nor his team followed through with the agreement. Also, let's be real. The Rihanna publicity stunt did not cause problems for Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship, and I'm tired of hearing that nonsense. Jay-Z caused problems in his relationship. Okay, now while several of White's close friends would go on to confirm her relationship with the Roc Nation mogul, Claudia Jordan denied that he has ever intimately involved or that he was ever intimately involved with White. Nation mogul Claudia Jordan. I'm sorry, hold on. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, even so, conspiracy theories and salacious rumors surrounding White's death and Jay-Z's involvement remain. However, no concrete evidence has ever been presented to suggest White was murdered or that Jay-Z or Beyonce, for that matter, had anything to do with her passing. As stated in the doc, White's death was likely nothing more than a freak health incident. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been, but at the end of the day, the reason I think there's some truth to it, please pay attention. Because do you all remember when Solange, Beyonce's sister, got into that fight in that elevator with Jay-Z? Why the hell was she in there fighting Jay-Z? Why was she so mad at Jay-Z? Oh, I'm so glad you asked, because in case you missed it, she was mad about Rihanna. So here's the thing. If this was just all rumors and BS that we heard, we're not close to these people, so we don't know the truth. But who is close to them? Those people know the truth. Now, do you think that Solange didn't know what she was talking about when she put them paws on Jay-Z? So let's get into it. Solange launched into an astonishing elevator attack on Jay-Z after he said he was going to Rihanna's party without Beyonce, after months of tension about her stalled career. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. So Beyonce's sister Solange lashed out at Jay-Z in her astonishing elevator attack after the music mogul said he was attending Rihanna's Met Ball after party without his wife. According to the New York Daily News, the blazing row was actually sparked by Jay-Z, who snapped at Solange when two of her friends tried to get in the after party at the Standard Hotel in Manhattan by saying they were friends of the rapper. And it was when Solange demanded that she, her superstar sibling, and Jay-Z leave the party that Jay-Z said he was heading off to Rihanna's bash without Beyonce, prompting Solange to hit at him. So a source said Solange's pals wouldn't leave and kept name dropping Jay-Z. They were pretending they were guests of his and not hers. Management went to Julius, Beyonce's bodyguard, and said there's a problem. Jay-Z soon got wind of it and snapped at Solange, saying, "Don't use my name." This in turn prompted Solange to insist that she wanted to leave the bash. On the way out, Jay-Z said he'd been heading to Up and Down on West 14th Street, where Rihanna was holding her own post Met Ball bash, a second source says. Allegedly, the star said he didn't need extra security because Beyonce wasn't even going to join him. So said Beyonce wasn't going to be coming. Now, the source said Solange, who seemed drunk and irritated, said, "Why can't you go home?" Telling Beyonce, "Why does your husband need to go to the club right now?" But Jay-Z replied, "You're one to talk," which sent Solange into a rage. Once inside the elevator, she started punching and kicking her brother-in-law, an attack that was caught on surveillance video and leaked to TMZ that Monday. Y'all remember that? Ultimately, the rapper decided against going to Rihanna's party, and he was seen getting into a separate car as Beyonce and Solange left together. Jay-Z and Rihanna are longtime cohorts. While president of Def Jam, he signed the Barbados Beauty in 2004, and just days after, she signed to his label, Roc Nation. She's also managed by Roc Nation. Reps for Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Solange did not return any requests for comments. Okay, and so, yeah, I find it all interesting. I find it all interesting. And a family friend revealed the simmering tensions that has led to the family feud, saying he hasn't kept his promise to help her. Jay keeps telling her to give him some time, and he will sit down with her and write with her and then get her in the studio, but he hasn't done that yet. Now they're talking about Jay-Z and Solange, how they also had tensions about other stuff because he wasn't helping her with her career as he allegedly had promised. Okay, so I'm sorry. That's another thing that made it seem realistic. I don't know if it's true or not, but at the end of the day, there was a whole lot of other things going on. But hold on, let's go to this clip right here.
To Jay-Z at 16 years old. She explained how it was super sketchy that Rihanna got brought to America at only 16 years old without any parental supervision, and how she auditioned for Jay-Z at 3 o'clock in the morning. She explained how it didn't make sense that Rihanna's parents would let her fly by herself after just meeting Evan Roberts all the way to America to meet with Jay-Z in the middle of the night. And she alleged that Rihanna's dad got a $500,000 payout for letting this happen. She alleged since this was all out of the blue, Rihanna would have had to flown on a private plane to get from Barbados to America because she wouldn't have had a visa and her parents were not around with her to fly to America. And Rihanna even explained how Jay-Z would not let her leave until she signed the recording contract, and the label locked her in the office until 3 a.m.
You've gone through some big changes since you've been signed at Def Jam. Can you tell me what are the biggest changes you've gone through from St. Michael's, Barbados until now you being a superstar?
Well, one of them for sure is being away from my friends and family. After growing up around my mom and all my friends for 17 years and then moving to a big city with no one because all my family and friends are still in Barbados. So after moving to a big city with, basically around strangers, that was the hardest thing for me to cope with at first.
Are you lonely sometimes?
I wasn't lonely, but I really do miss my family and my friends.
And a lot of people have speculated this for years about Rihanna because people found it super weird. Right before Jay-Z signed Rihanna, he was working heavily with a 16-year-old Tierra Marie who signed to Def Jam by L.A. Reid. And after a while, there was rumors circulating all over that Tierra Marie and Rihanna actually had a fallout because Rihanna's career skyrocketed and Tierra Marie got let go from Def Jam. And allegedly, Tierra Marie is the Jane Doe that is suing Diddy and L.A. Reid for SA when she was just 16 years old. And I mean, it is pretty weird because Jay-Z just started talking to Beyonce as soon as she turned 18 years old. And not long after Rihanna signed to Jay-Z, there was rumors swirling all over the media that Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce with Rihanna. And a lot of people still to this day never understood why Rihanna and Beyonce are not close, and we've never got a collaboration with the two of them, even though Rihanna was claimed one of Jay-Z's biggest stars. Jaguar Wright then went on to allege how Rihanna's last album, Anti, was basically a cry for help. She talked about how creepy it was that Rihanna did the album cover of a child with a crown over her eyes. And it says that the Anti-album is about a person opposed to a particular policy, activity, or an idea. And then Jaguar Wright explained how creepy the promotion video for Anti was. So I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys this clip of Jag explaining how Rihanna was sold to Jay-Z at 16. And you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
When are we finally going to have a real conversation about whether or not Rihanna was trafficked?
Oh.
To Def Jam.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look
She
at
was
her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the fucking morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl.
With no parental consent.
With no parental, nobody. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone. with no parental supervision. Her
And she was
father was
how old?
flown up separately. She was 14 and a half, going on 15. She's about 16 when Pon the Replay came out, wasn't she? Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam history.
How did they get Rihanna from Barbados to New York City? Quickly. They got her there quick.
Like that. On a private plane.
Yeah.
Just told you, just said that.
If people knew how many of these girls are transported around on private planes, how they're able to redact, change names on manifests, she wouldn't have needed parental consent or a passport if she got on a private plane on the manifest listed as someone else. They only worry about the body count. They're not checking IDs at the tarmac. They're trusting whoever's bringing them on is doing everything above board. So many girls were transported, models just like that, back and forth between Paris and New York.
Wow.
If you go back and look at the Victoria's Secrets documentary, they'll talk about some of the young girls that, Epstein had brought over.
Those girls were young.
12, 13, 14 models from Paris. Couldn't speak English. They were walked onto a plane. They were given sedatives and champagne and caviar, and they woke up in New York.
Okay, so you all heard all of that, but hold on, because Jay-Z said himself that he did keep Rihanna in the studio till 3 a.m. and signed that contract. Let's get into it. I'm going to share the audio, but not the video. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
Let's talk about Rihanna, the diva Rihanna. She's from Barbados? Yeah. Okay. Okay, she's Bayesian. How did you come in contact with her? I mean, did you fly over there?
No, Jay Brown had actually bought me the song. She has a song right now, and it's I wouldn't say massive because of her roots, but she has this outrageous song called Pon the Replay. And he played that song for me, and I was scared. I was like, that song's too big for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, a new artist, when a song is that big, it's it's hard to come back from. And I don't sign songs. I sign artists.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you break down the difference between that? Because, the viewing public might not understand that.
Some people chase the hot song for a minute, and then they sign, based on the song. I want to sign it based on an artist, based on, or based on the swagger, based on the level of talent, based on the writing, So I was a little reluctant when I first heard the song, and then, he kept going, Jay Brown, he kept being persistent. I was like, bring her by. And when she walked into our office, I was like, she just had, it was just something about her. It was just, she had this, it was just something about her. And then she performed the song, and I was like, okay. Then, we sat down and we talked. And they were talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over and then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic. Everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 a.m. was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 a.m. Wow. That day. I was absolutely certain.
How often does that happen? I mean, that's
not often.
That's unheard of, right?
That's not, yeah. I mean, to get lawyers to draft up contracts and then the other side to agree to contracts in 10 hours is...
Before y'all get in the contract.
All right, so you all heard that. He said they kept her in the studio till 3 o'clock in the morning. I want you all to pay attention. First of all, okay, I get that he signed her and all of that, but you need to be asking yourself, what grown man or grown person, period, is going to keep a teenager in the studio till 3 a.m. in the morning? I'm sorry, they couldn't have signed the contract the next day? Why was she there so late? All right, and unsupervised, allegedly. That's right, like because she was a minor, exactly. Okay? Byron said, quiet, y'all. A professor is speaking. A professional liar is speaking. Oh, you're talking about Jay-Z. At the end of the day, Chris Jack said 3 a.m. Exactly, the witching hour. Okay, please pay attention. Okay, Neri said Diddy and Jay-Z, apparently. Okay, it's no telling what all was going on, is all I'm saying. So, yeah, I believe a whole lot of this stuff that's been said. I'm not saying it's true because I wasn't there. I can't verify it or substantiate it. But I believe that some of this stuff is absolutely true. And we know that Jaguar wasn't lying when she said something about him keeping her there till 3 o'clock in the morning because he just said that himself. Now, I know some of y'all say, oh, Jaguar just knows the same stuff that the rest of us know. Well, I think she knows a little bit more than some of us know because she was in the music industry. And I'm not saying that everything she says is 100% accurate because I don't believe what she said about Christopher Williams giving Diddy fellatio. I don't believe that was accurate. I think it was that other guy that looks like Christopher Williams, as I told you. But at the end of the day, some of the things she says has a lot of truth to it because it's already been verified. I mean, let's not forget. Jaguar said Cassie and talked about Cassie and Diddy and what was going on with that before it ever came out. Okay, and y'all didn't know that. Okay, I'm sorry. Most of y'all didn't know that. Now, I can tell you that in 2021, Odd Negroes Official, if I'm not mistaken, that was my subscriber who was in the chat who said when I was talking about Diddy being a Fed, I told you all back in 2021 that I think Diddy and Jay-Z are the Feds. Okay, that's my gift of discernment speaking because that wasn't put out there. But it was Odd Negroes Official, I do believe, who said to me in the chat that day that Cassie's going to expose Diddy. And I said she absolutely is. Okay. So I'm sorry, but a lot of people didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay. Some of y'all wasn't around. I'm saying, especially y'all youngins. Y'all wasn't around. All right. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm about to get up out of here. Okay, Neri said that's fine. Confirmation is confirmation. That's right. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so everyone, please hit the likes. Byron B is low down. Byron said balloon lips. What is wrong with that man's lips? Now I got juicy lips too, so don't talk too bad about lips. You are wrong for that. Didn't she get her piece from Jay-Z? I don't know. That's the rumor. I don't know, beloved. So I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to say, but that was a rumor. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, Cut the Bullshit says, thank you, Queen. Have a great Saturday. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. You have the same. Listen, let me just tell you guys who follow the backup channel that we're going to be live on the backup channel right after this, starting at 2:05. I had to change the time because this live lasted longer than I anticipated. So y'all know Cassie's husband is following Drake, and it involves child trafficking. This is way too deep. I didn't know that, but I'll be looking into it. Okay. Byron said I can't take credit for that, Queen. Okay. So with that all being said, Sweet D said black people have lovely juicy lips that some people have to buy. Exactly. Okay. So with that all being said, Sarah just said, Queen, your lips aren't like Hubba Bubba. Jay-Z's are though. Easy said, Queen, you have biscuit lips. They look delicious. Y'all are terrible. But let me continue. Y'all made me forget what I was about to say. Oh, okay. So I was about to say, thank you, beloved. Okay. What I was about to say is we're going to be live on the backup channel, honey. Y'all got to hear this because it's an update on Sonia Massey. You know, they got the autopsy report in. And also you have got to hear what one of the family members of that officer who killed her, Sean Grayson. Honey, you got to hear the letter. It's the audacity for me. This woman is going in on the protesters and the people that are mad and complaining that he took this woman's life. Y'all got to hear this letter. She wrote a whole letter talking slick. Now, I'm going to get into it on the backup channel, like I said. And also, they're now coming out, some of the detractors, okay? They're now coming out trying to say that Sonia Massey absolutely did pick up that pot and throw water at him. And then they've slowed down the video. Now, we're going to look at it because I have the footage, okay? So we're going to get into it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what exactly really happened, okay? And so with that all being said, Byron said, I was laughing at what was said by Queen Imoni Hewitt. Oh, okay, beloved. Okay. So we're going to get into that. So everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, I love you all to life. Also, let me just say, I told you guys who watched the spiritual channel yesterday, the other part that I was going to talk about, I said I was going to talk about today. I'm not going to talk about today. We'll do it tomorrow because I want to go live at the same time at 6:15. And today I have a prior engagement. So we're going to do it tomorrow at 6:15. But listen, don't forget to tune in because you do not want to miss it. Okay. I may go ahead and post the link today just so you all will be reminded. With that all being said, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got